Welcome everyone. Sunday night, or for some of you guys, Monday morning. I'm the Canadian or the dude doing post comms for tier 3. Gonna start off with the sprint in this one. Sorry for the late posting. Had a little bit of a crazy week myself, but figured I had a little bit of time here and let's get this done because everyone likes hearing their races commentated and rewatched. So yeah, we're gonna get this started here and crack this bevy, and let's get this race going. Alrighty, quick run through the grid here for our tier 3 sprint. On pole position, we got Harry Miles, we got Nemesis P2, Diablo Devil P3, Jordy P4, Tap P5, Hims P6, Reno P7, Alex P8, Arfax P9, Samp P10, Andy Winters P11, O'Leary P12, Allen P13, Ross making his debut after missing Suzuka, I think, P14, PC in P15, and Major in P16 there. So let me make sure the YouTube's all good to go here. And then, yeah. Perfect. Looks like we're live. Everything's working. Beautiful. Right on. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Tier 3 sprint. The lights are on. And we're off here. It'll be very interesting to see turn 1, as I know the steward's room was filled with submissions. And we just have an absolute cluster of cars here going 3 wide. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Looks like between Diablo and Devil. Diablo takes the runoff, manages to hold P3. Everyone's starting on the soft tires here today in the sprint, as we continue to have lots of movement and contact. Oh, and I think Samp went off there. So I had a little bit of a requested feature after doing the first round that guys wanted to see kind of what happened, and it looks like he just maybe misses his braking point there and he swerves out to avoid making contact. Good on him to avoid contact there. So after our start, Nemesis has jumped up into P1, Jordy P2, Tap P3, Diablo Devil P4, Hims P5, Harry's dropped all the way down to P6, and wow, that's crazy. Oh, almost runs Hims a little wide there, as these cars continue to battle through these tight sections here. Definitely a tough track to overtake on as we come down into the hairpin. Hims makes a move on Reno, potentially got the inside line through the last part here. But Reno rapid around the outside, not making it easy there, as they're going to go side by side in the next corner as well. Great racing between these two drivers here, look at that. And it looks like Reno backs out, as he's going to go maybe for a move into turn 1. And I forgot to clear that, sorry about that. Behind him we got O'Leary. Reno with the better exit. He's going to try and go around the outside here, but him kind of squeezed him out. Good battle between these two drivers early in the sprint. Reno's going to dive down the inside. Hims closes the door. And O'Leary jumps down the inside. Let's take a look what happened there. Oh, they're side by side here going in the corner yet. Alan turns into him a little bit. There we go. Maybe a little contact there to spin him. Have to check in on PC maybe with that one. Let's get a better angle here. Oh wow, interesting. A little bit of lag from Alex here. Let's see if we can see what happened. Oh yeah, just maybe lose a little bit of grip on that curb and he flies into him there. That's unfortunate. So, I'm gonna rejoin our leader Nemesis. He's up in P1. Jordy still holding on to P2. Tap and Diablo still P3 and P4 respectively. Harry battling his way back up here, trying to reclaim his pole position he lost out on lap 1. Andy Winder's up into P6. Hims P7. Reno falling back on Hims a little bit, but still keeping him honest there. O'Leary P9, PC P10, Alex P11, Alan P12, Sam 13, Major 14, Ross chilling down in 15th, and Arfax. Let's see what happens. See if we can find out what happened to him here. Well, maybe he was at the back from the start, so we're gonna re-fast forward that there. Go on board here as Harry now has Tap in his sights as he's going to look to try and overtake that from him coming down the home stretch here, and he takes a small penalty there. That's tough. See Diablo protecting the inside. However, Tap's just not close enough to really make any sort of move. Harry takes a peek down the inside, but wisely backs out. He knows he's got a penalty, so see if he tries to make a move. Andy Winter's still close behind. Takes another peek down the inside, decides not to go for us. And Andy jumps down the inside on Harry. Let's take another look at that one. Not sure if he just left the door open or what, but he sneaks down that inside. Oh yeah, maybe Harry a little bit hard on the brakes there, and Andy just slides up the inside. It's an easy overtake for him. As now he's going to try and chase Tap down. Harry's going to have to serve his penalty here. Tap maybe ever so slightly out of range for Andy to do anything on this tight sector. Oh, yeah. Hims and Reno still battling. These guys are really close in pace as they have continued to trade back and forth as Reno takes the line on the inside, gets by Hims. So the position he lost last lap, he steals it back. And we'll see how Hims counters now, coming down into turn 1. Not going to quite be close enough for a move here. Now Hims is getting pressured by O'Leary behind him. We'll check back in with this group of cars in a little bit here, see what's going on towards the back. Alex P10 as PC and Samp go side by side. Alan, a little bit of contact there between the Porsche and the Corvette. maybe a little, let's rewind that. I kind of want to give that another look here. I'm going head cam here. So PC's defending against Samp. Samp gets the move down to the outside. A little bit of contact there, but PC goes to give it back to him a little bit. Yeah. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, it just doesn't quite break enough, and he puts Alan in the grass there. Major says, thank you for the free positions. I'll jump up and grab that. And Ross, after that little bit of contact benefits as well. He snags an easy position off Allen, who went off into the grass there. And Arfax maybe just struggling a little bit as he's falling off the back of the pack here. Nemesis slowly building a little gap here on the pack. He has the fastest lap of the race. Great pace from him. 7/10 quicker than Jordy, who's in P2. And yeah, wow. So these three cars are still tight together, even after Harry served his half-second penalty. Looks like Andy picked up a half-second penalty somewhere. Harry gets the move done down the inside, making quick work of Andy, who passed him in this same section last lap, while also serving his half-second penalty. So Harry sets his targets back on a tap, who is just chilling there in P4. Oh, not sure what happened to Reno there. Let me take a quick look and see how maybe Hims got by him, as he was putting a nice little gap on Hims there. It seems like he had a better pace. Oh, he takes a small penalty there. That's unfortunate. Oh, he just gets two tires in the gravel, so that really just sucks some speed off of him. That's unfortunate. Hims makes his way by him. O'Leary's still trying to stay in range of this battle between Hims and Reno as he continues to close the gap on those two as they continue fighting. As he scoots down the inside on Reno, he's going to have the inside line coming to the next turn here. He's going to get it done. They go side by side. Reno's going to have the inside line in the next corner. And it looks like Reno just a little bit better exit speed. Larry kind of goes for the switchback. Not enough room for the car, though. He makes some slight contact there with Reno, as now Alex benefits. And he's going to swipe up 2 positions there. As Reno defends the position from O'Leary and costs him one to Alex there. So he'll serve his half-second penalty. Sandwell will serve his half-second penalty. That puts O'Leary up into 9th. Now Samp right on the bumper of Reno. Fairly large gap between him and Major for now. But as these cars continue to battle up here, Major might be able to close that gap a little bit. See how these cars fare as we come into turn 1. Check back up, see if there's any moves. Tap. Swerving a little bit. There's one to the inside. Just back, quicker line. As he's still holding on the P4. Oh, what happened to Hims? I'm wondering if he maybe had a small mistake there. He's now back down in 7, or maybe Oh, and he's quite a ways back off of the back of Andy. I think maybe he had a penalty though. Can't remember. So as we're on lap 6 of the sprint, trying to take a look through some of the tires here, as this track was absolutely just chewed your tires apart. So as we can see, some cars and some drivers just absolutely chewing through their left fronts. Nemesis and Jordy, Diablo Devil, not bad from Tap and Harry, but then Andy Winter's really struggling on that front left. Hims with some great, his tires are in great shape there, so that's going to give him some great opportunity for passing in the next few laps here as these other guys' tires die off. Take a peek, see if there's anything going down in the turn 1 here. Still not quite close enough. Harry is right on Tap's bumper here. See if he goes for a move. Oh, Tap. A little bit slower through this corner. Harry looking for a way by, but just can't find a way by. He loses a little bit of speed on the AstroTurf or runoff area there. Andy Winters, that puts him in range now. Oh, and Harry just looks like he doesn't get on the brakes early enough, or maybe the tire's still affected by that quick stint off the track there, and Andy scoops that P5 quite easily. So Alex still holding on to the position he snagged from Reno. O'Leary still on his bumper, followed by Samplov. As these three cars are quite close coming into this section. Followed by Major, Allen, Ross, PC, and Arfax. Nemesis picks up a 1-second penalty, so that's tough for him. That's going to bring Jordy maybe a little bit more in range. We might see an opportunity for a leadership change here. As again, these cars into turn 1, close, but just not quite close enough to get anything done. And Alex, Reno, O'Leary, Sam, Major, Allen, Ross. The grid seems to be a little bit spaced out. Not too many battles going on here, as it looks like maybe Allen might be trying a little something on Major. We'll see. Brakes a little bit later, gets his nose on the inside. He's going to take that position there for Major. That's a good move. He gets it done. See if Major makes a run back at him here. Might have been something there as he left that inside door open, but Major also wasn't able to hit that apex there. Let's check in with Nemesis, who served his penalty. Interesting, I thought this penalty would bring Jordy a little bit more in range. But a full second off the throttle. That's just how big of a lead he's put between him and the rest of the pack here. As the top 4 now unchanged. Oh, fuck. Unchanged for the last few laps. Sorry, just knocked over my drink. Good start. All right. good to know my pedals will be nice and sticky for Monday's race. The benefits of the live stream. No time to pause and try and clean this, but dedicated to the stream. Dedicated here. I'll have to test those out later. Hopefully those still all work. Otherwise, that is an unfortunate mistake. All right. So, looks like Nemesis is going to cross the line. P1. So that's a great drive from him. Fast lap of the race at 140.1. He's going to win by a country mile here. Jordy, P2. Diablo, P3. Tap, P4. Andy Winters. Looks like he held on to P5. Harry Miles is going to come P6. Hims is going to come P7. Kind of follow this one to the line here between Alex and Reno. I don't think he's going to have enough time to get one done. Yeah, Alex P8, Reno P9. Alan's going to come P10. PC P11. Ross P12. Major. He's going to finish P13. O'Leary. Not sure what happened to him. But he's going to finish down P14. Samp, P15. And Arfax, maybe just unfamiliar with the track, but that's a tough drive from him today, as he's going to cross the line P16. So we're going to hop right into the feature. I'm going to take a quick minute break, maybe 2-minute break. See if I can clean up some of this mess I made real quick. And we'll be back for the feature race here in a minute or two. So I'm going to let this roll, download that, and I'll be back momentarily here. Alrighty. Alright, so another minute or so, and we're gonna get this started here, because I think this is all taken care of, or at least as best as I'm willing to do it right now, as my awesome week gets more awesome. So, we'll pop this up here. Check in with all the drivers and all their tire selections real quick, and then we'll get this feature race rolling here. Alrighty, thank you everyone for waiting. Sorry for the interruption. Unfortunately, not everything goes to plan.
waiting.
Okay. Perfect. So the stream did not die. Oh my goodness, my chair's hooked in. There we go. Okay. Tier 3 feature race. Got a new beverage now. And let's get this rolling here. So we got Arfax starting P1 as he finished last in a sprint. So for those of you unfamiliar with ALR rules, we do a reverse grid after the sprint race. So he's P1, Samp P2, O'Leary P3, Major. My goodness, that is that's a bright green. Ross P4, PC P6, Alan P7, Reno P8, Alex P9, Hims P10, Harry P11, Andy Winters P12, Tap P13, Diablo Devil P14, Jordy P15, and Nemesis starting at the back of the grid after a race win, or a sprint race win from him. Great drive. So, big chunk, actually, everyone starting on the mediums except for our P3 and P4 runners. So, Major and O'Leary both on the softs. But enough delays here. Let's get this 45-minute feature race going. And this time, I will not set my drink down, or it can't be spilt. So Arfax, checking the inside there a little bit. As we come into P1, the Samp Glove's easily going to get a move done there in that first turn. O'Leary, also right up there. And Major, as Arfax is stuck in a soft sandwich there. As they need, and someone with an absolute bomb there. It looked like maybe down the inside. Reno from left field takes a position on Ross. Ross, I think, was just not even aware that he was coming, and he just sneaks right into P5. He's got a penalty, so he'll have to end up giving that back, but save himself maybe a couple valuable tenths for gaining that position. Alex, P7, Hims, P8, Andy Winters, P9, Harry Miles going for a move. Oh my goodness, we got some, oh my gosh, what a mess. Let's rewind that and let's see if we can figure out kind of what happens here. So it looks like Harry kind of breaks the little light, goes deep. Hims seems to maybe just lose traction. Trying to get on it maybe a little bit too early. Oh no! So Andy Winters actually makes contact, and that just causes a whole mess of problems. See if there's anything Andy could have really done there. Right. Just kind of drives into his quarter panel. That's tough there. Alright, so we'll keep rolling here. Jordy with the fake taxi. Livery. He's into P10. And we'll see if this battle between Tap and Harry Miles, like we saw in the sprint, will continue. As Samp is in P1 and Arfax here, just kind of wedging a gap between O'Leary and Major, the two soft runners. So he's definitely probably holding Major up here, as he's going to try to continue to defend. Don't know if he's going to have enough. Oh yeah, he's gonna keep that position. This Major's just looking all around to try and get by him here. He needs to get by him on these soft tires. Oh, he's gonna be able to hold the inside line there. And there we go, just like that. He takes the position, one small sliver from Arfax, and Major on the soft tires is able to capitalize there. Let's hang out with this group for a little bit here, as there's some good battling, good racing going on, it looks like. As Ross picks up maybe a half-second penalty there, somewhere for track limits. Andy Winter's going to try it around the outside. Reno gives him lots of room. There's great respect there on track. Reno's still just quicker. And he might look for a move coming down to turn one. Let's go on board with him here. Reno gets a pretty good exit, even with the draft. Andy really isn't closing that gap too much. Reno puts his car right in the middle, making that Alpha as wide as he can on the track. Although Andy gets a really good exit coming into this long right-hander. We'll rejoin this battle after this corner, because it looks like there's a battle with Ross and someone back there, P9. Ross. Oh, someone's went round. So let's take a look here. Not sure if it was maybe Harry. Oh, that's unfortunate. 2 tires on the grass. And off he goes. A little bit of a crazy rejoin there, but luck, that's why we have partial ghosting in ALR. My goodness, wouldn't it be funny to see not full ghosting in ALR? Anyway, I wanted to try and see what happened to Hims here, but it looks like it happened way back at lap 1, so we'll have to he just loses it, unfortunately. He goes into the wall. Alright, so back to the race here. That's Ross and Jordy now. In the turn 1, Jordy's got the inside line. Great side by side there by these two. Very minimal contact, if any. And we're approaching the point where we're going to see Harry hit the grass and slide off again. And here it comes. Round he goes. That's unfortunate. Don't worry, I did the same thing all race, so. Let's check back in up here at the front as Major. Let's rewind a second there. He goes for a move. Alright, so that's what happened. Slight contact there from O'Leary on Samp. He slows down to let Samp stay in front. And that gives Major an opportunity to go side by side here into the hairpin. O'Leary's going to come out in front here. A little bit of battling there behind. It looks like Major maybe gets bumped wide. Tough to really tell. Let's take a look here. No, Artifact sneaks inside. I don't think Major really saw him. He kind of turns into him and sends himself towards the AstroTurf there. He's going to sneak back down the inside. He's going to take that position back quite easily, but he lost a few valuable tenths there to O'Leary. And we'll see here as now that brings Diablo back into the picture here, as he's going to stick his nose to the inside here. Try and get the double done. He gets one done. He was looking back in the inside on this long right-hander, but Major closed the door on him a bit there. And Artifact's doing a great job after a frustrating sprint race. Doing a great job to just hang up in the pack here. A little slight contact there between Diablo Devil and Major. Let's take a look here. Oh, that's tough. A little bit too much speed into the corner. Doesn't quite hit the apex and just makes some slight contact there with Major and puts him ever so slightly wide. He's going to lose a position to Artifacts, but it looks like he might have an opportunity to get that back. As Reno hanging up in 6th place, as he's had a good race so far. Andy Winters down the inside on him. He's going to get the move done. Followed by Jordy. Nemesis, our sprint race winner. He's up in the P9. Ross, P10. Alan, P11. Tap, he's down in P12. Alex, P13. Harry Miles, P14 after his spin. PC, P15. And Hims, just kind of with an unfortunate start. We'll look to see how he can try and get back into the higher areas of this race. As O'Leary got by Samp. Did I miss that? I must have missed it. Oh, so it looks like Samp gets a little bit loose there. And O'Leary gets an easy overtake. And now we'll get to see O'Leary really push his soft tires here, as he needs to try and put some distance between him and Samplo, as it took him 4 laps just to get into P1 here. So used about half the life of his soft tires. So he needs to put the pedal to the floor here and try and steal some time back. See what we got going on for battles. Check the pack here. Reno's picked up a half-second penalty. Lots of track limit penalties on this one. Really, to get some really fast lap times, you really have to drive the car right on the edge and use the whole track. And sometimes, especially in this corner here, on the exit, keeping the car within the track limits quite tough when you're trying to maximize your exit speed. Oh man, can't stop yawning. I am absolutely exhausted. Sorry if I'm a little less energetic than usual. It's been a crazy week for me. But I did say I wanted to get this done for you guys, so here I am. And O'Leary doing his best, 141.9. He's about 4/10 quicker than Samp behind him, but Samp has the benefit of the draft coming down that big long home straight, and that's just keeping him in range, as he's benefiting now, really. As he's gonna have a really competitive race at this point, as his times on the mediums have been great. And where has our sprint winner gone? Nemesis, he's in P10. There he is. So Ross snuck back by him. So we'll stay with these two for a little bit, as they're going to have a little bit of a battle. Nemesis had already overtaken Ross. At some point, Ross must have taken the position back from him. Nemesis takes that back already. So his last lap was a 147.1. So seems like he may have had some sort of mistake off track. So we're 6 laps into our feature race here. Some decent spacing in our grid. As Harry looking for a move here on Allen into turn 1. He makes the move around the outside. He's going to get it done there with the better line for the second corner there. He's going to stay in front through this long right-hander. He takes P11 from Allen. Hims has worked hard to get himself back into range here of PC. So we'll check back in with him in a little bit. Oh, he's got a great run on the Porsche. He might be able to take it here, maybe in the next corner. PC defending well here. Holding Hims at bay. Goes a little bit deep, but Hims not quite close enough to get by him. Check back in with the front runners on the hairpin here. As Andy has snuck into P4, as Arfax loses one more. And he's doing exactly what he needs to do after a tough sprint race, as O'Leary dives into the pits on lap 7. Major also dives into the pits lap 7, so Major a little bit harsher on the fuel, so depending on what if they do put any fuel in, might see one jump the other in the pits here. Looks like just a tire switch for both of them. No fuel. So they will rejoin as they were. That puts Samp back up into the lead, as he's going to get a chance now to just crush some clean air and just really try and get some good laps in here on his mediums. Andy looks to be about a second behind, and behind them Diablo is pressuring Artifacts here. Let's go for a ride here on Diablo and see what he's seeing. Good exit, might be a track limit there. Yeah, Lord knows I did that enough times in my race. That's such a tough corner when you're in the draft and you're really trying to get a good exit to keep within the limits there. So that's an unfortunate penalty for him. So we'll check in with Jordy. Jordy's might not be quite in range there to benefit from that half-second penalty, but we'll have to see as the clouds roll over here in Barcelona. Nemesis up into P6 after those pit stops from the soft runners, as Ross and Harry, the two McLarens, P7, P8. Alex a little bit of a ways back in P9 with Reno behind him in P10. Tap hanging out P11, PC P12, Hims P13, and O'Leary fresh out of the pits, making a move here on Allen, maybe around the outside on the fresher mediums. And Major, not sure if he maybe made a mistake somewhere, but he has fallen way off the tail of O'Leary here. As we ride on board with Allen here for a second. O'Leary with a good run. He's going to put his nose to the outside here. Allen goes for the apex. Looks like O'Leary not quite enough around the outside. Realizes it's probably best to wait for the home straight here. Get a good run at it and maybe go hard in the turn one. Both drivers with a decent exit there. O'Leary a little bit better. Andy has the draft. He's going to swing to the right, and he's going to move alongside here in the turn one. A little bit later on the brakes. Allen with the inside line. O'Leary puts his nose back in on the inside, and he's going to get that move done. Looks like Allen wanted to close off that line, but just didn't have the grip, and that allowed O'Leary to stick the nose of his car in there, and he gets the move done. So we'll check back in with these drivers towards the front. Andy really struggling on tires, may have taken a penalty there, or maybe a little bit of lag. No, there's the penalty. As that will bump Diablo Devil into range, most likely, around the next lap. And Nemesis, after his sprint win, is up into P4 after 17 minutes. So, as you can see from his lap times, 141.5, 141.7, 141.9, 141.9. Just some consistency from him as he works his way through the field here. Jordy, P5. Arfax, hanging out in P6. As he does a good job to recover. Harry Miles and Ross may be working together to save a little fuel. Push each other in order to gain an advantage here. Reno with another half-second penalty. That might put him in striking distance of tap as the battle between these two from the sprint continues here. Or sorry, it was Hims and Reno. My mistake. So we're here at the penalty line. No one really drawn too much closer from those penalties served. Diablo still a couple of tenths off of Andy Winters. And Nemesis within a couple of tenths there as well of Diablo. So P2, P3, and P4 real tight together. And Samplov doing his best to run away with it while he can, as he's 4 tenths quicker than Andy Winters. And about the same pace as Diablo on the last lap. But slightly slower than Nemesis, who is charging through the field still with a 142.7 last lap. Absolutely lightning around this track in that BMW. As he takes a peek on a move on Diablo, but decides might be best to wait. Not sure if that was a penalty. Tough to say. As he goes a little deep there into the corner. Really trying for a good run. Maybe a little bit too good of a run, as he had to get on the brakes a little bit, as he had way more speed than Devil on the exit of that corner. And Nemesis here is going to have a good run down the home straight. Diablo with a slight mistake on the exit. That's immediately going to put Nemesis side by side here. Oh man. And Diablo backs out and says, "Take it, Nemesis." As he gets the easy overtake. As now he locks on to Andy Winters in front of him. Medium tires absolutely just screeching at this point. And Nemesis seems to be doing a good job of holding them together. As you can see, Diablo over here has fallen back off Nemesis already. And Jordy looking to close the gap to Diablo in front of him. Mercedes of Harry Miles, just with incredible tire wear so far. And Ross has ducked into the pits, so maybe the two McLarens running slightly different strategies due to some different tire wear capabilities. As Samplov just Look at those medium tires on that Corvette. Doing a great job keeping the tires alive here through 13 laps, 14 laps on a track that just chews through rubber. The 1:43.2, very competitive time from him there. As the rest of the grid jumps into the pits, with the exception of Diablo Devil, Alex, and Reno. So Reno doing quite well on tires. And this is going to put O'Leary, who started on the soft tires, he's now up and back into P5. With PC, although he still has at least one more stop to make, but his tire's looking in great shape. Allen in P7, his tires also look great. And Major, who pit at the same time of O'Leary, just hasn't had the same pace on the medium tires since switching. So Jordy is the first one out of the pits, followed by Nemesis. Nemesis, way more fuel in the car than Jordy. Ross, behind them, looks like he overtook his teammate by pitting a lap earlier. So, worked for Ross there. Andy Winters, P13 now, with the most amount of fuel in the car that I've seen so far. So Samp Glove dives into the pits, and we'll see how this affects, as Diablo in the pits as well. So we'll stay with not Reno, because Reno also stayed out. O'Leary, who was the first one on the soft, and assuming he takes these mediums to the end, he has a lot of clear air, assuming he takes these mediums to the end, I think it was approximately 21, maybe 22 laps. He has a massive lead, as Major is going to take P3. As Samp is out of the pits here, he's going to stay P4. Jordy's going to stay in turn 1. Ever so slightly some contact, but nothing really too crazy there. That's just two guys going hard in the turn 1 there. So everyone has done at least one stop here, as Hims looks to snag P15 from PC. See how they fare into this next corner here. Oh, he's gonna get it done. So Hims is by PC. O'Leary just out for a Sunday drive, although he is very low on fuel, I'm noticing. So, he is most definitely going for the 2-stop route, which, from my experience, I learned the hard way in my race, definitely not the fastest, regardless of what your lap time splits were. So, he's going to lose out a lot of positions there. Looks like Allen's doing the same 2-stop. Major's coming in. That's going to put our leader as really Samp Glove, as he's going to ride these soft to the ends, which means that's a provisional P2 right now for Nemesis, who looks to be about almost 6 seconds or so behind Samp Glove, 6 and change. So a bit of a gap there for Nemesis to work on. As O'Leary, does he run out of fuel on the track there? Oh, that's very unfortunate. No way. O'Leary, who's having a great race, looks like he may have disconnected. Oh, you hate to see that. Frustrating for him to make it 26 minutes through this race, only for him to be disconnected. And that's unfortunate for him. Never like to see someone disconnect after having such a strong race and or a strong start to the race. So unfortunately for O'Leary, his day is done, not by his own choice. So that jumps everyone up one position for the race as Samplove starts to close the distance on Allen, even before Allen is pitted. So that's going to jump Allen back probably into about P10 when he does pit, which looks like it's going to be this lap. Yeah. And he's into the pits. So our true field, as Samp lays down a 140. That's a great lap for him. Nemesis throws down a new fastest lap of the race with the 140.4. So he's closing the gap. However, at only 4/10 per lap, pending some sort of mistake from Samplove, he's not going to be able to catch him. Jordy, last lap, with a 143.5, that's not going to be enough to catch him up to a speedy Nemesis. So that really puts the only one in range right now. So here's kind of one of our main battles for the final podium position, because I think Samp and Nemesis, pending any mistakes, are going to have 1 and 2 held down respectively. Harry Miles with another unfortunate track limit penalty, as we'll check in with Andy Winters here, as he tries to sneak into P3. He gets pinched by Jordy there. Jordy puts his car right in the middle of the track. Great defending from him, as Andy Winters a little impatient trying to get a move done and let Harry Miles by him, but Harry Miles had a half-second penalty to serve, so he gets that position back. Hanging out with them in P6, Arfax. So, still happy to see he's having a good race, and he's hanging up there with the big dogs from the sprint race. As Harry's collected another half-second penalty, and that's going to be the story of the race for him, unfortunately. Too many half-second track limit penalties, and those have really, really just bogged down his McLaren. As we go on board here, as we'll see if he tries to get by Andy before the penalty line. Every 10th counts. So they go side by side. A little bit of a bump, but nothing too crazy. And now he sets his sights on Jordy, who continues to benefit from these cars behind him battling. So Harry Miles with the best tires so far of all the cars in this battle here. Ross hoping to catch up just onto the tail of Arfax there to get him into this podium battle, as if he can latch on to Arfax and bring himself within range, there's a chance he could hop a couple of positions. As not sure if that might be a track limits penalty. It's always tough to say. It looked like all 4 of his tires were outside the white line, but there are certain areas of the track where that's not allowed, and certain areas where it is allowed. No penalty for Ross there. As this battle between Harry and Andy is just letting Jordy almost make a quick getaway here. They turn one side by side. Harry with the inside line. Holds the position well. Closes the door for any sort of sneaky move on Andy to the inside. And he holds himself around that curb so Andy can't stick his nose in. Oh. And looks like maybe there Harry ever so late on the brakes. Through that right-hander, and Andy just plants his nose right on the apex there. A small contact on the door, maybe a little push. The space was there, but he did make contact on the door and slightly slid him wide. That's a tough one there. But Harry's going to have lots of time here to get back at him and steal that spot back. A little bit of an aggressive move there. As Harry, knowing he's faster than Andy, according to his lap splits, he's got to be frustrated. Oh, and that's definitely a half-second penalty. As he had all 4 tires. Well, maybe not. See? Sometimes I feel like the track limits are just flip a coin. I thought definitely he took one on the exit there. But, somebody's looking out for him. So he avoids that. So, Sam Club still a big lead and a pace advantage now over Nemesis, who has really slowed down since lap 17. 6/10 slower. While Samplove continues his consistency. Beautiful 140.8, 140.7, 140.6, 140.7. So the Corvette driver just absolutely locked in right now. What a great race from him. Jordy continues to try and pull away from Harry and Andy, who continue to jump each other back and forth. Harry with the best tires of the group. Arfax still just hanging out in 6th place, kind of stranded in a bit of a no man's land right now as Ross, oh my goodness, as Ross starts to push him. So for Ross, P6 is his target. We'll check in with Alex here. He's still a bit far off Ross, but that's who he's gunning for. And Tap is just going to try and hold off Hims for these last couple laps here. And Alan Reno is our next little grouping. And not sure what happened to Diablo Devil, if he was one of the 2 stoppers or if there was an incident. I see a 205 and a 218 there, so, and then and then the 151, sorry. So maybe some sort of small incident from him that caused him cost him some precious time. So you hate to see that because he had a great start to this race where he was in, and there's a little slide there from him. That's going to be a half-second penalty. And then Major, the 2-stop, just showing it wasn't the move. Pit lane here just a bit too long for it to really be viable. As Andy and Harry rather, have now caught up to Jordy. And we're approaching lap Approaching lap 22 with 4 minutes to go left in the race, so looks like we might get a few more laps done here. There's some decent spacing in this pack here as Alex continues to try. Oh, but he gets hit with a half-seconder. That's going to kill his opportunity for a move, unless Ross makes some sort of mistake. But Ross this race has been very consistent. Andy looks for a move there on Jordy. Decides to back out, realizing it's probably not the best spot for a move in these quick right-handers. As Harry gets a better exit, and he shoots his car down the inside here. But Andy has the draft of Jordy, and they're trading some paint, trying to catch some extra draft. Harry's going to get by in the turn one. And now he has a run on Jordy coming into the next right-hander. Jordy closes the door on him, holds his car right up to that curb. But Harry puts his nose right in there, not afraid to try and really pressure Jordy here into making some sort of mistake. And Jordy does. He goes ever so slightly deep, and he loses 2 positions as Harry sticks his nose in, and Andy Winters just follows right through. So let's take another look at this whole sequence of events here, as this is a defining moment here in the last couple laps. He doesn't quite get the car into the apex there. He goes wide, and Andy just follows him right through. A little bit of contact on the door of Jordy, unnecessarily. Andy could have easily just continued to steer. And then maybe a little bit of a how you doing there from Jordy back on the way by. Oh, that's funny. So Arfax picks up an easy position there from Andy, who maybe went in the gravel pit. And that puts Harry Miles in the McLaren in the P3 as we're down to our last 2 laps here. Maybe 3 laps, we'll see. As Nemesis in the 141.2s, as Samp Glove really has fallen off since I was talking about his consistency. Almost half a second on the 1 lap, and then almost a second and 3/10 there on the lap after that. So Nemesis, I still think he's a bit too far out of range to really get P1 finish, but hey, anything can happen in ALR racing. So we'll keep an eye on that. Harry Miles has absolutely put a large distance between him and Jordy since passing. And Andy Winters has fallen down into P7 as Ross is sitting comfortably in P6. But he's not happy. He knows Arfax in front of him here has a half-second penalty. So he's pushing to try and get into striking distance, as he's going to be off the throttle for half a second, which kind of translates into 7 or 8/10 time lost in this section. Check back through the grid here. It's been a while since I've kind of checked to see what's going on. Samp Glove, final lap. He's going to cross P1. So I thought they would get a lap done in time. They missed it by 5 seconds. So I thought there was going to be 1 more lap to go. But Samp Glove, he's going to take P1. Nemesis, I think, just barely ran out of time for an opportunity to catch Samp Glove. and get by. But his front left, totally dead. Harry Miles there. Great race from him. He's going to come P3. That's an awesome drive from him in the McLaren. Jordy. Excellent drive from him as he comes P4. And Arfax, I can't say enough how awesome of a drive that was from him after a disappointing sprint race. Well, I'm sure he was frustrated. He came back and had an unbelievable stint on the mediums from the front of the grid and fought off some of those faster drivers on softs. And he's rewarded with a P5 finish here. Behind him is Ross, who, again, great race from him. He missed Suzuka, so he was looking to collect some points for Team McLaren here at Catalunya. And he did a great job. P6. Alex, I think kind of the most sneaky guy this week. He comes in with a P7 finish here. That's a good drive from him in the Porsche. Andy Winters, he bumps down into P8 after a little bit of contact with Harry Miles through that one section, followed by Tap and Hims. PC's coming around. He's going to take P11. Diablo Devil, one unfortunate mistake maybe, really hurt him. He's going to come P12. Reno King, P13. Major and X Allen, unfortunately, just the two-stop really bit them in the butt. He's going to cross the line, P14. Allen, he's quite a ways back. He's going to cross the line at P15 when he gets there. All right, so congratulations to Samp Glove, our race winner. I've been the dude. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry for the downtime between the sprint and the feature race. Sometimes these things happen. So, sorry for the delay on the posting of this tier. I said it's been an upside down week for me. So, luckily we got it done. And, yeah. I will see you guys next week for... Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's just a prime example. I haven't even done a single lap for tomorrow's race because I've been so busy that I don't even know what track it's on. Let me pop up the GT calendar for this year. We have Autopolis in the afternoon. Never driven that track, so I know I'm going to have a lovely race in the beautiful Dodge Viper. And I'm looking forward to checking out the Tier 3 race next week when I can do the post-coms. So, thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. Congratulations to our race winners. Quite a good race, despite a lot of the chaos that this track seemed to breed in some of the other tiers. So, kudos to the drivers. Saw lots of great driving, lots of space given, and lots of on-track respect. So, we love to see that. Alrighty, guys. I'm the Canadian. Have a good night.